Bitcoin is booming and I'm getting flooded. My text messages are full of people just saying, hey, how can I get into Bitcoin? How can I get into Bitcoin? So we're going to talk today about buying Bitcoin, mining Bitcoin, third-party mining, and even investing in a Bitcoin mining company. So what exactly is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is now the 8th largest asset class in the world. It just passed silver, but it is a digital asset. So it doesn't exist in real life. You can never hold a Bitcoin. It only exists on the blockchain. It exists in the ether. And originally, people kind of thought it might be used as a currency. And, they're still trying different things like the Lightning Network. But what it really has become is just a store of value. So similar to silver. You can go buy things with silver if you want to, but it's kind of unpractical. You can't take silver to McDonald's to buy your meal. Same with Bitcoin. It's not really being used as a currency yet, but it's just a store of value. It's something where you can buy it, hold on to it, and then as inflation happens or whatever happens in the world, the value of Bitcoin keeps going up. So the value of the US dollar goes down and the value of Bitcoin goes up. So it's a store of value. And people like it as a store of value more than the US dollar because the US dollar is controlled by the US government. So as the US prints more money or whatever they want to do with it, they make decisions to get into wars, they make fiscal policies, whatever, that affects the US dollar. Whereas Bitcoin is decentralized, no government has control over it, so it's safer as a store of value. It's particularly popular for countries like Venezuela, where the currency has completely tanked. But if you had your money in Bitcoin instead of the Venezuelan currency, you would keep that value as the currency in Venezuela falls apart. In the same way, if you have your money in Bitcoin instead of in US dollars, if something happens to the US dollar, you still have your value because it's in Bitcoin. And you can look at the chart of Bitcoin. You can see it is volatile, but the trend is overwhelmingly going up. So it's hard to tell where it's going to go eventually, but a lot of people had predicted $100,000 by the end of 2024. And some people said, hey, there's no chance that's going to happen. It's looking like we might actually be getting there. It would not surprise me if Bitcoin gets to 200K, 500K. I expect in my lifetime, maybe in the next 10 years, 5 years, we will see $1 million Bitcoin. So if you believe in it long term, accumulating Bitcoin is a great strategy. So most of the text messages I'm getting right now are, how do I get exposure to Bitcoin? So I'm going to talk about 4 ways that you can get Bitcoin. You can accumulate it for yourself. So the easiest way to get involved with Bitcoin is just to buy a little bit. Okay, so you can use Coinbase. If you're more familiar with something like Robinhood, it's very easy to just log in, create a Robinhood account, buy some Bitcoin. Cash App, you can buy some Bitcoin. Actually, Venmo, I think even you can buy some Bitcoin now. So that's the easiest way to get involved. You just buy some Bitcoin, you hope the price goes up, you make some money. Another way to accumulate Bitcoin is through Bitcoin mining. Okay, and we're not talking about with the pickaxe. I told my parents I had a Bitcoin miner in my basement, and they said they imagined little men down there with pickaxes. That's not how digital currency mining. That's how you get gold, but that's not how you get Bitcoin. The way the blockchain is set up and the way Bitcoin mining is set up to work is that you're basically exchanging power for Bitcoin. So you run these really complex computers that just do these algorithms over and over and over again as fast as they possibly can. What they're doing is they're validating transactions on the blockchain. So as people send Bitcoin, receive Bitcoin, whatever, these complex machines are doing these algorithms to make the blockchain work. And as a reward for them providing this computing power, you get some Bitcoin. And you can do Bitcoin mining on your own. You can buy a miner. You can put it in your basement. There's a lot of cons to that. They're loud. They take a lot of electricity. They get really hot. They break sometimes. But if you're a hobbyist, you love tech, and you want a Bitcoin miner, this is what they look like. They're just complex computers. The reason they're so loud is because they're doing these mathematical operations so fast, they get very hot. So the fans are what make all the noise. You can buy this S19K Pro, and this is how fast that it can do the operations. So 120 terahash. I won't get into the technical aspects of it, but you can buy one of these, put it in your basement, $1,400 right now for a used one on Musk Miners, which Blake from Musk Miners, good friend. You can get your miners from there. You can use a website like asicminervalue.com, and it'll help you calculate how much money that will make. So this miner in particular right now, the current price of Bitcoin, it'll bring in $5 a day. But then your electricity, if it's at 7 cents a kilowatt hour, which is what I pay, you spend $4.64 on power a day. So you're making 50 cents a day. So you're making $15 a month from Bitcoin. You can mine other coins too. I'll leave a link to this asicminervalue.com. Like if you're mining Dogecoin, Doge is blowing up, Litecoin blowing up. So like this Bitmain Antminer L9, which mines Litecoin and Doge, it's making $50 a day. But again, these are very volatile as the price of the tokens goes up or down. So that's one option. If you're a hobbyist, you really want to get into blockchain technology, you think it'd be a good conversation starter, you can buy a Bitcoin miner, put it in your basement, and you will start accumulating Bitcoin. Now, I have several miners. The challenges I've had is, first off, like I said, it's very loud. You can't put it anywhere near where people are because they are very loud. Number two, they get very hot. During the winter, it's great. You kind of use it as like a space heater. But during the summer, it's miserable. So I actually had to move my miners out to my garage because it was making my basement too hot. Third off, these things break. So when your miner breaks, I mean, they're a machine doing these really fast calculations, a lot of moving pieces in it. So when it breaks, you have to get it fixed, that's a huge pain. You know, if you're looking for passive income and then your miner breaks, puts a cramp in your day. So a third option, if you're wanting Bitcoin, you're wanting to mine Bitcoin, but you're not wanting to hold the miner yourself, is you can use a third-party service like Go Mining. So, and I like this one because it's been around for several years. You know, there's all sorts of rug pulls and things in the crypto space, something that's been around for 6 or 7 years. That's what I'm looking for. But what you do with this is you buy an NFT that represents mining power in their mining farm. So they have several huge buildings that are just full of Bitcoin miners. And they take care of the cooling of them. They take care of the maintenance of them. You give them some money, and then they give you the Bitcoin that is mined from the NFT that you purchased. So you can see I have this NFT with Go Mining. I've had it for quite a while. It's making me $1 a day or something like that. I didn't invest a whole bunch into it, but I don't have to do anything. Those rewards just show up in my wallet day after day. I just have Bitcoin going into my wallet day after day. And I love it because they make it really easy. When you click Create Miner, you get to choose your hashing power, and they'll give you calculations based on the current price of Bitcoin. 1 terahash, the lowest you can go. This will cost you $25 to get this mining NFT set up. So for $25, and it's bringing in $1.74 worth of Bitcoin per month. And again, that's based on the current price. So if the price of Bitcoin was double, it'd be bringing in $3.50 worth of Bitcoin a month. Then they have the electricity cost. And so you're making $1 a month off this $25. So, and that works out to about a 50% ROI APR. So yearly, you're making 50% on the investment that you put in, which is very good. Again, if you go to your bank, they give you 1% if you're lucky. So you can go up, you can do 2 terahash where you're paying $50 to make $2 a month. The machine I have a 64 terahash. So mine is $1,500 to make $65 a month. And you can go all the way up. I mean, you can invest, if you want to put 100K, you might have to do that. You might have to contact them for that, I think. Oh, no, you can. You can do it straight here on the website. 5,000 terahash, $100,000. You make $5,000 a month at the current price of Bitcoin. That's a 60% APR. So again, that's if the price of Bitcoin stays where it is. Now, there is a chance it goes back down. Who knows? It's been down last year, 16K, 15K. We saw it. Some people were freaking out, especially the miners. They were freaking out. They were turning off their miners because they were not profitable. But you can see the price of Bitcoin gets up to 150K, and now your 100K is turning into 10K a month. And you guys know I've been very involved in crypto for a long time. These days, Bitcoin is about all that I'm interested in. There's very, very little. Everything else is so volatile. It's the Wild West and things go up. Bitcoin is stable. Again, it's like silver. So you can buy Bitcoin. You can mine it yourself. You can use a third-party service like Go Mining. The fourth and final option I'll mention is you can actually invest in a Bitcoin mining company. So this doesn't provide like a monthly payment or anything like that, but you can buy, there's these Bitcoin mining companies. So again, they have several buildings where they're just full of Bitcoin miners. And as they mine more Bitcoin, as they expand their operation, as the price of Bitcoin goes up, the value of these companies that are buying Bitcoin goes up with it. So Quantum Expeditions is a company I went down to Dallas, met their founder and everything. But you can invest minimum of $100 and you can go up as high as you want to go. But you invest in it, you get shares in the company. Then when the price goes up, if they end up exiting or they end up going public, you'll get a big payday from that. So that is an option as well. So it's all about your goals, what you're wanting. I will recommend, I don't make financial recommendations, but this might be close to a financial recommendation. But I personally think getting exposure to Bitcoin is a good idea. I've been telling people this for a long time. As Bitcoin has gone up now to 90K, it's hit all-time highs. People have been texting me, oh, I wish we'd listen to you. And, by the way, thank you for saying that. A lot of people, when things go poorly, they tell me, why did we listen to you? But I do appreciate when things go well and people say, oh, I wish we had listened to you. And I think I think this is just the beginning. As it's more adopted, it's more accepted in everyday life, as more regular people, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of just non-crypto people that are watching videos like this. I imagine that Bitcoin is going to continue to grow. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 10 years we saw $1 million Bitcoin. So I'll put links all below. If you want, I'll leave a link to Coinbase. You can just buy some Bitcoin there. I'll leave a link to Musk Miners if you want to buy your own miner and go through the technical aspects of it. I'll leave a link to Go Mining if you want a third party to take care of mining for you. And I'll leave a link to Quantum Expeditions if you want to invest in a Bitcoin mining company. And finally, if you have an iPhone app that you've always wanted to build, check out my passive apps program. I am building iPhone apps for people. But you can go to this website. You can just submit your app idea. Everybody has an iPhone app idea. Submit your idea. I'll put together a plan of what it would look like for me to build it, the potential revenue I think it could make. It's kind of a fun exercise for me, so feel free. Go submit as many apps as you want. But if you like the plan I put into place, I have a team of programmers, graphic designers. We can build this app for you. And we utilize AI to build it, so I'm able to do it much cheaper than if you took your idea to any other software shop in the world, pretty much. So please do that. Hit like on your way out. Appreciate you guys. God bless you all. Have a great rest of your day.